Welcome back to this podcast series, Leadership Starts With You, a quest for leadership excellence. My name is Whitney Brer, and I'm the author of this business novel. Yes, it's a novel, it's a story, and you know, it's a journey of Kathleen Battlefield. And I hope it's also been your professional and personal development journey as well. In this final podcast, this is podcast number 8 of 8, we're going to be taking a closer look at something called strength spotting. Spotting your own strengths and spotting the strengths of your colleagues or coworkers, even your children or your spouse around you. So many people looking to boost employee engagement, kindle innovative behavior, or foster a growth mindset turn to something we call strength-based leadership for guidance. This is based on the premise that building strengths is more effective than eradicating weaknesses. We'll get to weaknesses in just a moment. Let's start with strengths. So if you're looking to reflect on your own strengths, I'd like for you to consider these 8 questions. And you can find these questions in the book, between the chapter, as well as in the learning journal. You can also use these questions, not just for yourself, but for people around you to discover their strengths. And by the way, they are great hiring questions in HR. That's just a hint. So here are the great 8 questions. Number 1, what tasks at work can you do? So ability-wise, what tasks at work can you do? And do you like doing them? So not just the ones I can do but don't like, but the tasks at work I can do, I'm capable of, and I like doing them. How do you feel when you do these tasks? Number 2, what activities do you manage to do almost effortlessly? It comes at the drop of a hat, it's so easy. What kind of tasks? If you think back in your past, number 3, which things have you learned without almost any effort at all? Number 4, what does a really good day at work look like for you? Number 5, what kinds of tasks at work give you energy? Number 6, tell me about the moments at work when you just felt right and everything just felt real. It was real. Everything was just right. These moments at work. Number 7, what would you like to do more of at work? Last question, number 8. What do you do when you're at your best? Or what are you doing when you're at your best? Now, what do you think about your answers? Do you see some kind of common thread running through them? Do you have the chance to bring your strengths to work? I mean, bringing your strengths to work has at least 3 benefits. No, let's take 4 benefits. Number 1, bringing your strengths to work and being able to use them, studies show increases your overall happiness level. And when that goes up, you feel happier. It also increases your well-being and decreases the amount of depression in people. Number 2, when people have the opportunity to use their strengths, they have less stress. They're healthier. Number 3, people have more energy when they're using their strengths. I mean, that's logical after all, because they're doing things that don't exhaust them. These things they're doing give them flow and give them energy. And number 4, people who use their strengths at work are more satisfied with their lives in general. Why? They bring that positive energy home with them, and then that impacts other areas of their life. They're better problem solvers, probably because of less stress and the ability to think clearly. This impacts self-esteem, self-image, and self-efficacy. Okay, those were the 8 questions for strengths. Let's just turn briefly to possible weaknesses. And here are 4 questions to kind of think about, uncover possible weaknesses in yourself or in the people who report to you. Number 1, what things at work do you really dislike doing? Which tasks just consume your energy? You got it? Number 2, what things always end up at the bottom of your to-do list? Got it? Number 3, are there things at work that you always put off or avoid? Yep. I guess so. Number 4, what task are you working on when you don't perform well? Now that you think about your answers, what common thread do you see in them? Now remember, it is not about eliminating weaknesses. Rather, the question is here. Is the weakness you've identified or weaknesses, are they relevant to your work? Do they impact your results or your success? If they are relevant and they impact your results, the answer is yes. Then the question is, what can you do? Can you possibly delegate tasks? Or if you have to do them yourself, can you do them more deliberately, more focused? Is it competencies you're missing? Can you get help or learn something? Now, if the answer to my question is no, this weakness or these weaknesses don't impact my success, well then it has no impact. Register it and move on. Accept and direct your energy to your strengths. So what are your strengths? How do you recognize them in other people? Do you consciously look for strengths, especially in the people who annoy you? And do you manage not to pigeonhole people? You can find more tips and examples and information on this topic in the book, Leadership Starts With You, as well as in a separate learning journal. Thank you so much for listening to these 8 podcasts. I hope you've enjoyed them. I'm hoping they've given you some meaning to the book as well. And thank you for reading the book and grow your life, grow your team, and grow your business. Remember that leadership always starts with you.